I recently came back from my summer holidays, and so many things happened during those 2 weeks that made me into a different, more committed person. One of those things was my first opportunity to teach someone to swim, as one of my girlfriend's sisters was struggling when we went to the sea, and she only was able to swim doggy paddle. And during that little trip to the beach, I realized how many people go to the water despite not really feeling strong and confident in it. I've noticed a lot of people being quite irresponsible with their own ability and their children. I saw people not paying attention to what their children are doing, and despite caring for their children, they would still allow them to be quite far from them, which caused trouble a few times, as I was unable to just sit back and relax. I was actually watching the water quite often and realized that I will never be able to just sit down and relax on the beach or in a swimming pool or any other body of water ever again. And there was one very specific point at which my girlfriend's niece, which is 8 years old, was swimming quite far away from the shore, snorkeling without the pipe, but with a adult-sized mask. And despite the fact that she was relatively confident in the water, at some point the mask slid from her face, slid from her eyes on her mouth, and she was not only unable to breathe properly, but also the whole mask steamed up. She couldn't see where she was going, and she couldn't use her hands to move it back because she would go underwater. And the only thing I could hear was help, help, help. And at that moment, I completely forgot about my own fears and worries when I go to the water, and I just run in to grab her and help her. And I can remember distinctly, despite the fact that she doesn't speak English, saying, thank you, Alan. And at that point, I felt something I had never had experienced before, that pride or sense of achievement, but also higher purpose. It made me realize that what I'm doing and where I'm going is critically important, and that in the future I will not look as much as I do at myself, but at other people and their struggles and difficulties. And I like that. I like the fact that I don't focus on myself anymore. I focus on other people. Before this incident, I was a little bit uncomfortable in that part of the beach because the rocks were very slippery. Some of them were very sharp. There was a lot of disgusting things under my feet that were making the whole swim uncomfortable. And I didn't really want to be in that water. And I was a little bit concerned about all kinds of creatures that lay at the bottom of this water. And at the moment when I had to go in and save that kid, I didn't think about any of that. I just rushed in and made it happen. And I remember following that. Whenever I saw those kids playing around, including her, I stayed nearby and felt this need to be the protector, which is crazy if you think about where I come from in terms of my own fears of water. Morning. During those 2 weeks in Italy, I had several conversations, including 2 conversations with lifeguards who told me that it wouldn't be difficult for me to get a job there. And also I was asking them about different water safety related issues. And I spoke to a couple of other people that made me and my girlfriend aware of the dangers in the sea around the island. And all of us had sort of a eye-opening experience where we all realized, including me, even further despite knowing it, how important educating people about water is. How big of a mission this will become along the way, because not everyone who can swim can feel comfortable or even be safe in the sea. The water is incredibly powerful, and you have to have respect. You know, the tides and currents are stronger than many swimmers. If you get tired, or if you get injured, or if something else that's unexpected happens because of unfortunate occurrence, or because of stupidity, where you jump in a place where you shouldn't jump in and you hurt yourself, you need to know how to handle your own body, your panic instinct, and you need to have people around you to help you if you can't do it on your own. So to wrap this video up, I want to let you know that I will never be the same person again. I will never be that guy who was standing on the shore looking at other people having fun. I transformed into a person who is now vigilantly looking at the water for any sign of struggle and then trying to help. I'm now becoming a person who's educating others and warning them about dangers, or giving them practical advice of what to do when they are tired in the water. It feels amazing. It feels exactly where I was supposed to go. So I'll keep doing that. And I'll be sharing all that knowledge and experience in upcoming months. For now, I wish you a beautiful day, and I will speak to you in another video.